Yeah, so I just wanted to update everybody on what was going on here in New York with the shootings from yesterday. The names of the two NYPD officers who were killed yesterday. First of all, there was some discrepancy on the sex and the nationality. People were saying there were two black females. There were actually two males, one Asian, one Latino. The names are Wenjian Liu and Rafael Ramos. So allegedly they were sitting in a squad car performing an anti-terrorism drill, whatever that means. When Ishmael Brinsley allegedly ambushed them. Witnesses are saying that the officers did not die immediately after the shots were fired. They both stumbled out of the squad car holding on to their wounds. Shots were fired through the windshield and the passenger door, and they stumbled out where they faded in and out until they were rushed to the hospital where they died. So I use the word allegedly because things take time to find out. We have to wait for the investigation, wait for all the facts. I mean, as we know from the Ferguson case, if you weren't there, you don't know, and if you were there, your testimony, depending on who you are, really doesn't count for much. And so we basically have to wait for a thorough investigation, and then I'm sure that the system quo will give you the narrative that you are supposed to believe. Some are considering this to be some kind of conspiracy, saying that things just aren't adding up to rationale. It has been reported that the NYPD was warned by Baltimore County. They were warned by Baltimore County to look out for Brinsley and be on the watch out for him prior to the shooting earlier that day, after he allegedly shot his girlfriend in Baltimore, 200 miles away from New York City. So some are saying this sounds all too familiar. It sounds like the warning that America got on 9/11 prior to the planes crashing into the towers, and then not letting the American public know about it. And so it's just seeming like, hey, what's really going on here? And how is Baltimore County so sure that Mr. Brinsley was headed here to New York? And if the NYPD knew that this armed psychopath was headed to this densely populated metropolitan area, why didn't they send out an SOS and warn the general public so that this could have prospectively been prevented? So these are just things that people on the ground here in New York, the questions that are being asked, are the hard questions that need and should be asked. Some are saying that, hey, there was no warning given, even though they knew he was on the way, because it was part of their plan in the first place. But, you be the judge of that. And so law enforcement has implored Americans to report any instances of sentiment on social media, of anti-police sentiment, so as to be proactive of coming violence, whatever the case may be. And people are also very concerned with this, saying that this could potentially target individuals, and some people think that this is an attempt to censor free speech, censor the First Amendment, which is a constitutional right of Americans. And so, with that being said, I just want to say, don't believe everything you hear, don't believe everything you read, and including the things that I say and the things that I write. Question everything. And that's pretty much all I have for now. For updates, follow me on Twitter @_T Ahmad. That's @_TAHMAD. Ferguson to New York.